What's up, guys? It's Ty here, and today I have the Week 5 recap here for the 2017-2018 college football season. So this week of football was like, I don't know. It wasn't that good. I mean, I missed the best game of the week because it was late and I fell asleep. I was tired, and it's on the screen right now. But we'll talk about that in a second. But besides the point, let's get on to the first game. And the first game was a Thursday night game between Texas and Iowa State. Texas traveled to Iowa State and beat the Cyclones 17-7. I mean, didn't really watch that game much. I mean, I'm assuming they just won, I guess, pretty handily, it looks like. But let's talk about the elephant in the room here. Washington State upsets the number 5th ranked USC Trojans 30-27 after they made a field goal with about 1:40 left in the game. I mean, it was at Washington State, so it was going to be pretty close. Ronald Jones had 14 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown. Luke Falk, 34 for 51, 340 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And the Cougars sealed it with a sack fumble against Sam Darnold, and they recovered the ball. But, man, what a game. That definitely had to be the game of the week, and it's definitely going to be the thumbnail. This is probably going to be the thumbnail. I'm just saying that right now. So if this is the thumbnail and you guys get to this video, part of this video, you know why. But yeah, big win for Washington State over USC. USC finally loses. They deserve to lose one of these games, and it finally bit them in the arse, because we're not going to say bad words on this channel. So the next Friday game, actually the Friday games were not bad. But, yeah, I thought this game would be a little bit closer. Battle of undefeated teams here. Number 14, Miami, traveled to Duke here. Durham, I'm pretty sure. I mean, if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. But I don't think I'm wrong. Durham, North Carolina. And, yeah, they beat the Blue Devils 31-6. Just a blowout for Miami. And Miami looking good. Moves to 3-0 on the year. Nebraska gets a nice win here away against Illinois 28-6. Tanner Lee, 17 for 24, 246 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Tanner, I know you're probably watching this video. Good win from your Cornhuskers. Attaboy. I think you play Wisconsin next week. Let's go, Cornhuskers. Beat the Badgers. Sorry, Wisco Mike. Just need it to happen. So, and then Utah State beat BYU. BYU 1-4, really not that good. And, yeah. And now we are on to the Saturday games, and this happened at 7:30 right here. Ohio State throws a goose egg up finally for the first time in the year, beating Rutgers 56-0. I mean, it's the Rutgers. I wasn't really worried. I didn't watch the game until the fourth quarter because I didn't care about the Rutgers. We scored 28 points in the second quarter. JT 14 for 22, 235 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And he is now the all-time passing leader for Ohio State Buckeye history. I don't know how I feel about that, but good for him. Demario McCall, our third string running back, had 11 carries, 103 yards. I saw him break off a really nice run. He's looking really good as a third string. And then Johnny Dixon, 3 receptions, 115 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Really nice to see that. Alabama beats Ole Miss 66-3. Jalen Hurts doing Jalen Hurts things, 10 carries, 101 yards, and a touchdown. And then he threw 2 in the air as well, 12 for 19. Alabama is just too freaking good. And then here, where College Game Day was in Blacksburg, Virginia, the number 2 Clemson Tigers beat Virginia Tech, the 12th ranked team, 31-17. The 31-17, it should not. It's closer than it actually is, guys. Clemson looks so freaking good. It's unbelievable. That defense looks amazing. Kelly Bryant looked really good in the game. Maybe not passing-wise, but definitely rushing-wise. He looked great. And Virginia Tech does not look as good as we thought the game would be, and I thought this game would be a lot closer, but it wasn't. So, yeah, Clemson gets a really nice victory. They're looking really, really good. Number 4, Penn State here beats Indiana 45-14, a 28-point first quarter. Really did the trick right there. I mean, the game started off with Saquon returning it. He only had 56 yards on the ground, but he did again have that kick return, and he even passed for a touchdown. The man's a beast. Right now, the Heisman favorite, and I can definitely see why. Deshaun Hamilton, 9 receptions, 122 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Really nice day from him. Washington traveled to Oregon State and beat them 42-7. It was only 7-0 after the first quarter, or after the first half, but then Washington decided to turn it on. Dante Pettis had himself 3 touchdowns. Nice to see that. Here's a game I thought would be a little bit closer, yeah, but it really wasn't. The number 7 Georgia traveled to Tennessee, and they thumped them. 41-0. A goose egg. Absolutely blasphemous right there. Jake Fromm, 7 for 15. It felt like he threw more than that. 84 yards and a touchdown. Nick Chubb had himself 109 on the ground as well. And a really, really good win for Georgia. They're looking really, really good to start out the year. Wisconsin beats Northwestern here 33-14. Northwestern had the ball. It was 31-24 in the last session, and then Wisconsin got a safety to seal the game. Jonathan Taylor had 19 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown, 2 touchdowns. He looked actually really impressive, so nice to see that from the Badgers. And another premier game here, the 24-ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs traveled to Auburn, and Auburn thumped them as well, scoring 21 points in the fourth quarter to win 49-10. Jarrett Stidham had 13 for 16, 264 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Kerryon Johnson had himself 3 touchdowns. And just Mississippi State has looked bad these past 2 weeks after starting out so great after killing LSU, but we'll see later that maybe that win wasn't as good as everybody thought. This game I watched, a really, really nice game here, really good game. Oklahoma State barely beats Texas Tech here. I mean, the game probably should have been a little bit, different because their kicker missed 2 chip shots, 22 and 19 yards. The Oklahoma State kicker went off the right post twice. It was a doink. It was pretty funny. Mason Rudolph's 27 for 38, 376 yards and 3 touchdowns just to sell himself a great game. And then James Washington, 9 receptions, 127 yards and a touchdown. But this game was really, really close and a really good game. Texas Tech, they had the ball, they had their chance, but they did not capitalize. But I was impressed with their quarterback. Had some really good mobility for being like 6'6". So yeah, nice thing about there. Louisville beat Murray State 55-10. Murray State covered the spread. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That boy Murray State. Yeah, Lamar Jackson had 4 touchdowns, kind of the standard thing, 7 carries, 100 yards. What did you expect? South Florida beat East Carolina 61-31. I don't think South Florida's that good. They're going to get crushed in whatever bowl game they go into. If they go into a good bowl game, they're going to get absolutely murdered. So, yeah, but they moved to 5-0, so good to them. I thought Northern Illinois had a chance to upset here, and they almost did. It was a 34-28 game. And San Diego State just pulled it out against them. Oh, my. Daniel Santacurtina, 3 touchdowns for them. Jordan Huff. I mean, all is Northern Illinois, but I guess a pick 6 sealed it for San Diego State. But, yeah, good win for them. They moved to 5-0. This is another upset potential game right here. I thought Vanderbilt. I was for Vanderbilt in this game, but Florida ended up winning 38-24. Probably should have been 31-24, but they're freshman ran it in at the end, and I mean that's not bad, but I mean I understand why he did it. But yeah, Florida gets the win there. They get out again, and they're gonna lose the game soon. I mean it's bound to happen. Yeah, Notre Dame scored 28 points in the first quarter against Miami of Ohio. They just absolutely murked Miami of Ohio, 52-17. No need to talk about that. Here we go. Here's why I don't think LSU is that good, because Troy. Troy was away, and they beat LSU at Baton Rouge 24-21. It was 17-0 at one point. Then LSU decided to turn it on at the end, and it was up to an onside kick, and Troy did recover. And man, Troy, that's one of their first wins against a top 25 opponent in like I forget how long, but it's been a long time. It's the first time they beat LSU ever, I believe. Quote me if I'm wrong, or anyone who knows the stat on that, just let me know. Put it down in the comments section. But yeah, LSU does lose, and that's definitely going to knock them out of the top 25. LSU not looking that good this year. Houston beat Temple 22-13. They traveled to Temple, and they beat them, so good for them. Not really much to talk about in that game. Arkansas gets their second win of the year, moving to 500, beat New Mexico State. Nothing too crazy there. Maryland goes to Minnesota and beats them, the undefeated Golden Gophers, 31-24 in a really good game right there. Connor Rhoda, 13 for 26, 220 yards, and a touchdown. Ty Johnson from Maryland, 18 carries, 130 yards, and a touchdown. Really nice from them, and a great win for Maryland. Ohio State plays Maryland next week. Luckily, it's in Columbus, so I believe we'll be able to win that, but I mean, Maryland's looking, both teams are looking pretty good. So, I mean, hey. Yeah, Pittsburgh, yeah, they won 42-10 against Rice. I didn't expect anything different. Max Brown, 28 for 32, 410 yards, and 4 touchdowns. An amazing game from him as the Panthers win, or they scored 21 points in the first quarter, but a great win for Pitt. They moved to 2-3. I think they're going to finish 7-5 this year. Quote me on that. Georgia Tech kills North Carolina 33-7. North Carolina is definitely not the same without Mitchell Trubisky, the Trubiscuit. If you guys ever watch that Most Valuable Podcast, you guys will definitely know what's that from. Maybe Most Valuable Podcast, they'll watch this video. Ricky, if you're watching this, the Trubiscuit, I'm sorry. You guys, go look him up, guys. But yeah, Georgia Tech gets the win. NC State beat Syracuse 33-25. What a scoreline. Eric Dungy, 30 for 47, 385 yards, and a touchdown. Nakeem Himes had 115 on the ground. And then, Jesus, 17 receptions, 188 yards. Talk about a game for the Syracuse receiver, Irvin Phillips. But NC State pulls it out. They move to 4-1 on the year. Nice to see that. Boston College wins this game 28-8 against Central Michigan. Nothing too crazy there. Florida State beat Wake Forest at Wake Forest. They get their first win on the year, and then Wake Forest gets their first loss of the year. This game, oh my God, they missed this extra point. They would have been up 13-3, and probably, honestly, the momentum could have switched. That actually switched the momentum, and Florida State ended up scoring a last minute touchdown to seal the deal, 26-19. What a scoreline. Jacques Patrick, 120 yards and a touchdown. Really good day from him. Holy moly, UMass cannot win a game. Are they going to go 0-12? You'll never know, or we'll never know. They moved to 0-6, but 58-50. What a game. Talk about a shootout. Andrew Ford had 5 touchdowns. Just a crazy game. Baylor moves to 0-5, but they played a little better. I think Zach Smith is pretty decent, in my opinion. Jesse Ertz, Zach Ertz's brother, the GOAT. And Kansas State moves to 3-1. They win 33-20. Army beats UTEP 35-21. Navy comes back to beat Tulsa. Tulsa, man, they get those leads early. They cannot hold on, as you guys can see. Chad President, what a name, by the way. 36 carries. My gosh, they're trying to kill him. 31-21 victory for Navy. Buffalo beat Kent State 27-13. Cool. Wyoming here beats Texas State. Josh Allen, cute quarterback prospect. 14 for 24, 219 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Nice game from him, and Wyoming moves to 3-2 on the year. SMU beat Connecticut 49-28. Cool. Stanford beat Arizona State 35-24. Really good game. Stanford moves to 3-2. Yeah, Bryce Love, 25 carries, 301 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, 301 yards. He has over 1,000 yards in his first 5 games. Only 4 people have done that. One of them is Hall of Famer Marcus Allen. That's insane. 301 yards on the ground. That's incredible. That's insane. Bryce Love is now in the Heisman talks, and I can see why. Kentucky goes to 4-1 on the year as they beat Eastern Michigan in a close one, 24-20. Gotta keep put some respect on that name, Eastern Michigan. Even though Toledo is going to freaking kill them, I already know it. Michigan State beat Iowa here. I thought Iowa would have a chance in this game, but Michigan State gets the 17-10 win. Felton Davis III, 9 receptions, 114 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Great game from him. Akron wins their first game of the their first MAC game of the year, setting Bowling Green to 0-5. They win 34-23 here. Akron, curse you. We hate Akron because we're Toledo fans. Remember, guys? Yeah. Oh, Charlotte, their hearts are broken. Freaking Florida International wins 30-29. I've never seen a scoreline. This is the year I've never noticed these type of scorelines. Charlotte was up 26-14 at half. Still weird. But then Florida International, they held on and they got the victory. They go to 3-1. Nice for them. Florida Atlantic beat Middle Tennessee 38-20 there. Nice. Oh, 4 touchdowns for Devin Singletary. Ties a school record. Nice. Louisiana Tech, or La Tech, wins 34-16 against South Alabama. Nice. Marshall beats Cincinnati at Cincinnati 38-21. That's a good win for them. North Texas beats Southern Mississippi 43-28. Pretty good. 211 yards here. Receiving yards for Jalen Guyton here and a touchdown. 3 touchdowns for Jeffrey Wilson. Just a great game. Western Michigan looking really good. 55-3 against Ball State. Western Michigan looking scary this year. 13 receptions, 121 yards for Justin Hall. Louisiana Monroe beat Coastal Carolina 51-43 in a shootout. 9 receptions, 266 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Malcolm Williams of Coastal Carolina. It's a really, really good game. Wow. New Mexico beat Air Force 56-38. 5 touchdowns on the ground, and that's a tie for the school record. Richard McQuarrie, what the heck? What a game! My gosh, that's awesome. That's so good. UC Central Florida beat Memphis 40-13. Wow, a big old blowout right there. I thought Memphis would play a little bit better there, but I guess not. Texas A&M beat South Carolina here 24-17. They moved to 4-1. Still don't know how. Kellen Mond, I saw him. He had himself a touchdown, and that was a pretty good game. I didn't really watch much of it, but I do know that was a decent game. Fresno State won. Cool. UNLV won. Cool. We'll talk about Colorado State won. Cool. And then the last two games, UCLA beat Colorado 27-23. Josh Rosen was 28 for 45, 372 yards, and a touchdown. Good win for UCLA to get back on the horse after losing 2 straight. And then Oregon gets back on the horse as well after losing to Arizona State last week. They win 45-24 against California. But the problem is that Justin Herbert, the quarterback for the Ducks, has broken his collarbone. We don't know how long he is out for, but that is not a good sight. Hopefully he gets back soon. But let's do what we do every week. Let's check out the rankings, and then we will end the video. This is a longer one, guys. I am sorry. So here are the rankings going into Week 6. We have Alabama, obviously, at number 1. Clemson at 2. Oklahoma at 3. Penn State at 4. So all top 4 stays the same. Georgia moves up 2 after their great win against Tennessee. They move up to 5th. At is well deserved. Washington State's put at 6, and then everyone basically moves up 1 here. Michigan moves up to 7, TCU 8, Wisconsin 9, Ohio State 10. Washington State jumps up only 5 after beating USC. I thought Washington State would jump up to at least 9, kind of like TCU did. They were at the same exact place against basically the same opponent. No love on Washington State, but Washington State's now 11th. They are 5-0. Yeah, Washington State should be ahead of Ohio State, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm an Ohio State fan saying that. I think Washington State should be 10th and Ohio State be 11th. But, hey, I'm not part of their committee. Auburn 12. Miami moves up to 13. USC moves down 9. They are now 14th. Oklahoma State stays at 15th. Virginia Tech only moves down 4 to 16th, so not a big loss there. Louisville stays put at 17. South Florida stays put. San Diego State, all these guys stay put. Utah, Florida. Notre Dame moves up 1. They are now 22nd in the country. West Virginia is now West Virginia stays put at 23. And we have 2 new ranked teams. NC State is now 24th in the country. And then Central Florida is now 25th. So 2 new ranked teams. Yay, and it's well deserved. NC State's having a great year to start off. Obviously, LSU and Mississippi State dropped out of the rankings. And they didn't even receive any votes. That's insane. So others receiving votes. We got Oregon, Florida State to get back in, Georgia Tech, Texas Tech, Stanford, Navy, Kansas State, Memphis still getting some votes. Texas A&M getting some votes again. Maryland got a vote, and Troy got a vote. Whoever the legend is who voted for Troy, we love you. But we need some Toledo votes, guys. We need some Toledo votes. So, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube. If you already enjoyed this video, make sure you comment on this video and leave a like, guys. So, this is Ty signing off saying I'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one. Later.